does that have to?
What's up, everybody? Wait, the show has started. We're live, and I cannot believe the the anger that has started us off today.
You mean it's producer Joe?
That's exactly what I mean.
He should be very happy. I don't know why he's so angry.
Well, I am sure we'll find out in a few moments here. But Put in the Book Show, episode 16 of season 5. This is our 165th episode overall.
It's a Lee Mazzilli episode.
And then Keith will be on the way. But I'm Steve. I got Rodriguez right there.
What up?
Right there. That's Rodriguez, my friend
over
there.
That would be me. I'm the only guy here, though. It's not that hard to
and then
out.
behind the wall, behind your wall, not Terzio, but Terzio's here and joining us. But producer Joe.
Terzio.
Oh, wait.
Oh, see?
Oh, it is Terzio.
Terzio's on the show? Is that come in?
Producer Joe's knocking on you. He's knocking on the.
He doesn't have to knock. He knows all the holes.
You oh boy. All right, why don't we go ahead and get this bad boy started, and Keith will get us. Keith will join us as we head on here. Producer Joe, kick us off.
Pull up the bunch.
All right, welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment. Ladies. All right, so big discussion to be had today about what's going on in Metsville. Last week we talked about the trade deadline. Now we get to talk about what is going on since the deadline, who's happy, who's not, about what the Mets did or did not do. But first things first. Let's talk first things first here, Rodriguez.
What?
The Degrominator has returned. Why don't you talk about what you saw out of the two-time Cy Young Award winner, Jacob deGrom?
Well, let me start off by saying what I saw was an actual pitcher on the mound, which is, let's say, that's an accomplishment in itself. I don't care if he would have given up 7 runs. Getting back on that mound for this guy is a big accomplishment. Maybe if he had a little, I'm going to say it again, Farace, a little bit more arroz, habichuela, and some chuletas.
Okay.
You got to eat some good meat.
Well, Gary said he's put on some upper body.
I know what Gary said, but you know what? He still looks like a broom. I mean, honestly, the guy needs a little strength in him. However, he came back strong, man. Come on. It's the Degrominator. I call him names. I do. In the chat, I say all these bad things about him, and I have to.
Of course.
It's
the reverse psychology.
Exactly. That's the only way this is gonna work. Me insulting him and turning him into the piece of garbage that he is, little girly boy that can't even be on the mound, will probably help us win the World Series championship. I think producer Joe is squealing again. What's going on? What is going on with him?
Is that a sneeze? I feel like it's a sneeze.
That's a pretty tight hole if it's a sneeze.
So
oh, I thought I was muted. I'm sorry.
What? Okay, so
good. A great way to start off the show.
Fantastic. Thank you, DeGrom. You did a great job. We love you. We appreciate you. Get back on the mound on Sunday. That'll probably make my heart feel a lot better. I'll have a lot less angina because of that. Because that'll be 2 starts in a row.
That will be 2 starts, and
but guess what? Same results. The poor guy. Same. What's he got to do? What's he got to do? It's already started. The first.
That's why he's still going to opt out. He
has to opt out. You know what he's going to be, right? He's going to be a Padre. Next year he'll be with the Padres.
You know the rumors that the Braves have all this small contracts and they're gearing up for a run at him.
I'm telling you this: if he goes to the Braves, producer Joe's going to personally go up there and he's a little bit Italian still. We did that DNA test on him. He's still a little bit Italian. So you're done, DeGrom. You better not go to the Braves. Producer Joe just threatened you.
Yes. All right. Cowbell chiming in. What's happening, guys? He's on the 7 train heading to the game.
Cowbell, wait, let me just apologize to the Cowbell man. I wasn't there. I couldn't get to the game, Cowbell man. I'm sorry. Next time you come down, I'll make sure to meet up with you. My apologies. And here's Keith. Welcome back, Keith.
What's up, guys?
Delaris, what's up, man?
What is cooking?
Terzio, I see what you did there. National Park is for the birds. So many birds going on there at Nationals Park. Terzio,
I need an ex-wife joke, Terzio. It's been a long time, bro. Come on.
Did you hear Gary's joke with the bird and Randy Johnson?
Gary. Oh no, I didn't. But
yeah, he made it. He went off it real quick.
And for you guys who have never seen it, go to YouTube. Not right now, but go to YouTube and type in Randy Johnson bird. So
and it's not this bird. It's a bird. No.
It's not the bird you used to on this show. It's some explosive footage. So Keith, we were just kind of talking about. Sorry, Rodriguez.
What?
We're not talking about your face. Well, we were talking about DeGrom, and I was asking Rodriguez for his impressions on DeGrom coming back, and unfortunately, same type of result in no kind of run support. But what did you see out of DeGrom that you liked or didn't like, or what?
Well, I saw something that I liked / scared the hell out of me. Is a 102-mile-an-hour pitch. He looked very comfortable on the mound. You can tell his body was a little more relaxed than it was earlier in the year or even last year. And I guess that's part of that whole mechanics spew where he was trying to go back to his mechanics from his Cy Young award-winning years, where he was healthy most of the time and won a Cy Young. I mean, he had some movement on those pitches, man. I think they had a stat. One of his pitches dropped 12 inches, and that's at 94 miles an hour. Excuse me. So I liked a lot that I saw. It looked like he did get a little fatigued towards fourth inning, I think it was, when he started giving us some hits. And that'll pass. He's not used to pitching in the majors right now, but I think DeGrom is back. That's bottom line summary.
Hey, Farace, you don't remember this guy in our chat? He was having orgasms. You remember his chats? He was losing his mind when DeGrom was there. You don't even have to ask him. He couldn't be any happier. Yeah, he couldn't be any happier.
To be exact, I said watching DeGrom pitch is like baseball porn.
Yes.
Okay. They get the point.
All right. So that was trade deadline day. And so earlier in the day, there were some trades that were made. And I just kind of want to go through the trades that were made and pause on the ones that have to do or could impact the New York Metropolitans as we head down the stretch run and towards our World Series championship. Rodriguez, don't look so glum there.
I'm not glum. I'm very happy. I just I'm the type of guy that even when I played, I didn't give a rat's ass what the other team did. It was up to my team to beat them. So that type of stuff gets me angry, and I don't want to be angry.
Don't be angry. But before we get into this conversation, and there's the trade for this team and this team and this team, and then there's not a lot of Mets discussion in that. Remember the Mets are 28 games above 500, and the other teams the Padres are 5 games behind us, but the Braves have been trying to catch us all year, and that's what those teams needed to do. The Phillies needed to do a lot more than what they did. But at the same time, you remember what the Braves did last year when they needed to make replacements or add-ons or additions. It was little guys here and there.
They plugged people in. They brought people in for specific
it wasn't all about
parts of their job.
the big name.
Yeah.
2015 for us, Uribe, and who is the Kelly?
Neil. What's the guy's name? Oh, Kelly.
Neil,
he had like
Kelly.
2 girl names, right?
What was that guy's name? That Kelly Johnson.
Kelly Johnson.
No,
Kelly something. Yeah.
Kelly.
And the first baseman, the lefty first baseman, he was an okay player. He wasn't anything good. What, Neil something? He played second base too. I forget his name. Neil Walker. They're forgettable. That's the point, right?
Right.
Nothing
Keith,
against them.
I don't know. Keith, you're on mute.
It was Kelly Leak that we picked up.
Kelly Leak?
No, it wasn't Kelly Leak.
Kelly.
It was Kelly something, but it wasn't Kelly Leak.
No, it was Kelly Leak. Remember, he used to ride his motorcycle to the park, smoke cigarettes.
Kelly Johnson.
Bad News Bears reference. Never mind.
Yeah. No.
The joke. We have to kind of be in on the joke here. That's how jokes work.
You guys don't know Bad News Bears? Come on.
No. But I was so lost in I love Bad News Bears. I was so lost in trying to figure out the guy's name. Exactly. And then as you were saying that, I was like, Stinnett. Kelly Stinnett.
Kelly Stinnett. Wow.
Gotcha. Mets, yeah. Wow.
So
that's
all right.
Job, Rachi.
So I really didn't think, that based on what the Mets brass has said this year, that they were looking to build the farm system. I didn't really think that we were going to go all in on Juan Soto or all in on somebody else. But the thing here is that I thought we were going to get like a Josh Bell, and the Padres did what the Dodgers did last year to the Nationals. Remember last year the Dodgers took Scherzer, and then they also took their Trey Turner.
Did they win the championship last year?
They did not.
Oh, okay.
Which is a good point here. Very good, Rodriguez. So this year, we Juan Soto and Josh Bell were said all this time to be going to 2 separate directions, and then lo and behold, here comes a West Coast team to swoop in, and not only did they get those 2 guys. Who else? What's that guy's name that he played for the Mets last year?
Douchey.
There was a lot of them. Pitcher.
Yeah.
I mean,
isn't it Bushy?
Brandon Drury.
Brandon Drury. Oh yeah, with the Padres now having a hell of a season.
He went to the Padres in a grand slam yesterday.
Yeah, he's having a hell of a season. I mean, listen, since we're talking about Padres, they're reminding me
for $900,000.
Jeez,
they're not going
to reminding me a little bit of the mid-90s Indians. Very heavy offense, very light pitching. I mean, I know they do have Musgrove and so on, but
that team.
And then now they have Hader.
Oh, yeah.
But Hader, Hader's not having the same kind of year.
But
he's got a lot of saves, but he's
Keith, real quick. Sorry, the Hader in their list of the top closers in baseball, Hader was number 1, and the guy that they got back was number 4.
Right.
So the Brewers
28 for 25. So they just swapped the closers.
And the Brewers and it was just a money dump because Hader's got to get paid.
Truthfully, Hader is not number 1 this year. Diaz is, and I'm not being a homer.
Yeah,
really the truth.
Right.
Hader.
Damn right.
I think Hader is great, but he's not having the same year as he did last year. He's got like a 4 ERA. Does have
no
20
one's
months
having our year.
So anyway, right.
Yeah, so the Padres look like they're going all in, and then Eric Hosmer's in the deal, and then he's like, "Nah, I ain't going to no Nationals. What are you out of your mind?" look like what? I'm really having trouble with names today. The old dude that's left on the Nationals now, Nelson Cruz.
I can't wait another 10 years. You're going to be calling your sons. You're going to be switching their names up constantly. Whoever you are.
What do you mean? I'm already doing it. Poor Nelson Cruz is now completely alone in that lineup, and he was brought in for protection for DeSoto.
I know, it's pretty hilarious. But anyway, he should be done this year. Screw.
I mean, Haas.
This has got to be it.
Haas has not been playing well. That's
he got off to a hot start. He ultimately goes to the Red Sox. Joey Gallo goes to the Dodgers. I don't know what's up with that. Hoping for a change of scenery, maybe. Yeah,
that Red Sox trade screwed us because we were hoping to dump Dominic Smith over there, and they went with Hosmer.
Yeah, but I also think Dominic Smith's injury kind of screwed us on certain things. Also,
I had forgotten about that. He's not injured. Remember, he rolled his ankle. He's not injured. By the way, he's starting a rehab assignment today.
He's fine. He's running on that little cart. Remember that little cart he used to
Oh my God, yes. Remember with the walk-offs? He used to scoot his
since we mentioned the big guy, you want to talk about our new DH situation?
Well, let's just want to go through the rest of the trades here real quick. Phillies, they get Noah Syndergaard. I don't know the guys that went back. So Syndergaard starts. Keith was angered by a tweet yesterday by Noah.
No, I wasn't angry.
I just wanted to know if it was Terzio he was talking to.
I wasn't angry at all. I was just funny. This is the exact reason why the Mets in the new direction didn't re-sign him.
Yeah, but I don't know. Well, the Mets made the offer. He just took a different one. I don't think it was the Mets. I think Baez
he could come back next year. He could.
You're right.
Really, if he wanted to. They gave him $18 million, right? Didn't they offer him 18 or 21? One of those?
18.
Yeah, he got whatever the 18.9 or 20. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's good money, man.
And he was. I mean, I guess we've talked on this show that maybe he was right that there was some uncertainty, but now tons of uncertainty. I mean, you go play with Trout and Ohtani, and you're like, oh, this is great. And now trade rumors around one, back injury, rumors around the other guy.
Yeah, I know, like David Wright.
That's really sad.
But he's rehabbing to come back. Now there's a different approach. I mean, that would really suck because he's an upper echelon Hall of Famer type guy.
Sure.
I mean, there's a couple of faces. Soto's getting there, and so on. But I mean, the guy's the face of baseball. But let's talk about that. Back to your point, Rodriguez. How long has Trout been on the Angels? How much have they won?
Yeah,
not so.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, you just know it's the pieces. And there was one years back when the Red Sox were in the midst of a World Series year. Red Sox fans were pissed off that they had gotten, I don't even remember the guys' names. There's like 4 of them. And they're like, oh, these are not big names. And then they wound up winning the World Series. So Johnny Gomes was the guy that, we're never, and he wound up with like 25 home runs, 80, 90 RBIs. So it's not all in the name.
Teams will win a championship every day over individual players because there's 9 guys going against one. There's not, if it's a team, and we seem to have a pretty good team, man. You guys have said it all season. The chemistry's good. These guys get along. Whoever comes in, they welcome them in, and they play well together. So teams win, man.
Can we look at the chat real quick? Some funny things in there.
Yes.
No more comic book characters, Isaac.
No more Thor.
No more Thor.
No more,
get that.
Or Dark Knight.
Frank gets again one. Nelson Cruz needs a walker to first base. And hey, Joey Gallo got a hit today. I mean,
that's breaking news? Joey Gallo.
Breaking news. Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's $1 million. That's $1 million for that hit.
Yeah, keep the funny comments coming, guys.
Jesus.
Other news: Braves get Raisel Iglesias. They traded Will Smith in another deal.
Nobody wants Will Smith around, huh?
Get it?
Nobody wants Will Smith.
Slap in the face. Sorry.
That was right. We said keep. I thought you said keep the funny comments coming.
Oh,
Here's one I found interesting. Whit Merrifield gets traded to the Blue Jays. He couldn't go to Toronto a couple weeks ago because he was not vaccinated. And to his credit, though, he said at the time, "My current situation, I'm not willing to do that." I guess this situation going to a good team. Now he'll go and he'll play in Toronto. He'll get vaccinated.
Yeah, right. So
And
when somebody says
okay.
my current situation, I'm thinking of
so
some
he's
kind
a
of
phony.
underlying health reason, but it's because he just didn't care about his team. So
That's
I
a
don't know
bad
if that's
team.
good.
I'm not putting my life on the line to play for the Kansas City
Wow.
Royals for 3
Right.
games.
That's
So, like,
horrible.
if he had a
That's just
real
horrible.
health condition, which HIPAA laws and everything else is none of our business, okay, I get it. But the reason was because he didn't want to put himself at risk for a shitty team. It's just no.
That's sad.
Hey, and then he wrote this really nice, thoughtful goodbye on Instagram today. Well, one guy that we were in on up until the end was David Robertson from the Cubs. That didn't come to fruition. He winds up going to the Phillies. Twins get Michael Fulmer, former Met, who there were some talks around the Mets being involved in that too. That also did not happen. And then we hear this one. I was pretty curious about this. JD Davis and 3 other minor leaguers for Darin Ruf. Now, Darin Ruf can be a Johnny Gomes type of guy, and we can pause here because Vogel Slam, as we'll call him now, was not on the day of the trade deadline, but leading up to it. But now you got Vogel Slam and Darin Ruf as your DH, both Vogel Slam killing righties, Ruf killing lefties. I think it makes the Mets a better team this year. I think they also slightly overpaid, but it is what it is there. Rodriguez, what were your first thoughts when you saw him getting moved?
Honestly, my first thought was I was happy for JD. Actually, he was going to a team that he's going to get to play. I'm hoping that they give him an everyday spot and let him produce. I mean, every player has their bads and their good points. And JD Davis is not a great defender. Neither was Wilmer Flores, and he's done pretty good for himself in the league. So JD, I'm glad for him. I'm glad for you, Darin Ruf. You're coming here to beat up on the lefties, dude. That's all you need to do. The minor leaguers, you know what? It's get rid of some minor leaguers, create some space, move some guys up. There's probably that type of thing. So I don't see it as a big deal. But we plugged the hole. We plugged the hole. We're a team now, right? We needed a right-handed complement in the DH slot. So we got rid of a guy that was hitting pretty bad. So JD probably needs to play more so that to hit like he usually does. So now you got a great guy to complement, the big husky dude, man. That dude is diesel. I don't think they have a shirt that fits him or a hat. Have you seen the way he wears his hat? His head is too big. This dude is huge, man. He's going like this all the time. He's at the plate going like that, stretching that thing out. It's going to rip one day. I guarantee it. That's got to be like, what, 6 extra large or something? The dude is humongous.
And he's batting like 450 since joining the team. The Mets are like 7-1 or 8-1.
The way he swings, and the way he just stops himself and doesn't go through. I get it. Why? Because he's too big. But I'm surprised he hit a home run like that. The balls are
it's what you tell kids not to do. It's like turn your whole body.
Exactly. I tell him throw your hips and put them in there and stuff. And he's just going like this. The ball goes out. It's a big dude.
So, Keith, turn it to you. So,
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll probably fit it in afterwards. Your question.
You're gonna fit it in. So, there's talk all around. Vogelbach looks a bit like Chris Farley. Hey, if we can,
a bit.
I don't think he looks
by
like
the way
at all because he's got like this. He reminds me like a
no,
Viking.
He's like a solid
a pitcher of beer and like a turkey leg, and he's.
He looks just like the kid from the little kid movie, the little baseball movie. They got appointed, the little redhead with put the hat backwards. What's the name of the movie?
Well, he kind of
Sandlot.
Sandlot, the little
Sandlot,
chubby
right.
kid, right? What's his name?
Oh yeah.
He looks
Yeah,
like
you
he
feel me,
looks like
Smalls,
that's what
yeah.
he grew up into. Killing me, Small. That's who he grew into.
The guy, and the actor he's actually, I think he's thin now, but he reminds me more, if I had to pick the guy, I think he played a Yankee in, I don't know if it was Major League, who constantly hit those home runs, or maybe a Met. I forget. That big guy with a little bit
Oh,
of
it's a
a
Met
with
yeah,
with
that's
the
who he
beard.
was.
Mullet.
It was a Met, right?
Well,
I know, and
yeah.
he had a goatee.
It was
like
yeah. If you are you talking about the Cubs guy, the rookie of the year one, which
No,
I think it was the Cubs.
I think it was
The
Major League, or
I don't know what we're talking
he
about.
played a Met.
We should move it.
I don't know.
all right.
It was one of those
All right.
movies. I will research it.
It's
and
a
I'll put it up.
baseball game show, not a game
Focus.
show like Price is Right, but a baseball MLB show, not a baseball movie show. All right, so here's another reason why Darin Ruf was brought in. What year was Darin Ruf born? 1986.
Yeah, 86. Right. 30, yep. So
there's connections all over.
Wow.
If I can just give a couple quick thoughts on that. So
yes, please.
Obviously, I share the same sentiment as most Met fans who aren't bitter. I am happy for JD. Somehow those players, the Mets trade out to Los Angeles, or the Dodgers, and the Giants seem to prosper. You know, you got Turner, you got that other second baseman douchebag that went over there back in the early 90s. You got Wilmer Flores. So hopefully he becomes one of those stories. I like JD. I think he's a great guy, and I enjoyed him being on the team. But I didn't like that we gave up 3 pitchers on top of that. I mean, I know they're minor league pitchers. I know one of them was a AAA pitcher. What's his name? Zapucki. And they brought him up to AAA, and he was actually starting to do well. And
he was getting rocked every time he came out. He was getting rocked.
He came back. He was starting to do well. I mean, he's a young talent.
That's the problem. He's so good in the majors.
What
do you have in the majors? 2-3 games to try? I mean, come on. You
got a lot. He had more chances. Cut him.
He had a total of 2 major league games, and we're judging his whole career on 2
How many
games. 2.
That's good enough. It's one more than I would have taken.
5 innings. Anyway, I don't agree. I think that we should have held back on that, given the other 2 single A players. I get that, but this guy could have been somebody that could have come up and helped spell the bullpen, bring him up when the rosters expand. You know, those kind of things could have been done to build us up and rest up our pitchers for the playoffs. Anyway, Epler's been making good moves. I'll just trust what he did. And bringing Ruf over as the lefty specialist, I would have liked to see Wilmer Flores come over. I don't know if he was available to trade, but Wilmer always hit lefties. Wilmer can actually play in the field. You know, Ruf and Vogelbach can't, or back as he likes to say, can't really play the field. I mean, they can, but not really. You know what I mean? At least Wilmer's a little more flexible. You could have put him at third, first, even second if you needed to. You probably don't want to. I don't know. I mean, I think our bolster DH spot we're in a better position than we were before the trade.
Yeah.
I just don't like that it's a platoon DH spot. You got a lefty specialist, you got a righty specialist. So what happens when we play a team like the Braves, where they have a lot of lefties in the bullpen, and they screwed us? They start a righty, pull them in the 5th inning, put in a lefty, take him out in the 6th inning, put in another righty. And now what are we doing with these hitters in that position?
I guess for those guys, I mean, you can pinch hit, but because you're gonna have Dom back. Who else is gonna be on the bench? McCann comes back today. That's supposed to be a 50-50 workload.
Yeah, because you really want him pinch hitting in the late innings. I mean,
no, I'm not. No, I was thinking of who else was coming back, and it was him. So that's kind of off to the side. But and then the new guy that we got from the outfielder,
Travis. Is it Travis? No,
Naquin.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
Tyron.
Yeah.
Tyron?
Tyler. That's why I remember Tyler, and Tyler. So you know, you got guys there, and then and then the rosters expand come September. But yeah,
Right.
the back and forths are. Yeah, we'll see how Buck handles that. But
Right. Yeah. And granted, we're a better team now. It's just a new problem that presents itself. So I'm just kind of throwing out there.
When I saw J.D. Davis and other guys, I just expected to see not Ruff, I guess. I was like,
I would have felt better if Flores came over for
that. Yeah. So all right,
that would have made more sense. Yeah, absolutely.
And then Flores could have come back and won his title with us.
But it's not what we want. It's what's available and what the other team's willing to sell.
Right. Exactly.
And those teams that are on the border, especially this year with the expanded number of teams in the playoffs, those teams that are even 3 or 4 games under 500 are thinking that they're in it. We can somehow sneak in there, and then
look at the Phillies.
Make some noise. Screw the Phillies.
Yeah, why would they be in the trading? But they did. They traded.
Yeah, they are. And actually, that they have one of the top 10 records in baseball. That's how after the top 5 teams or so, that's how evened out everything is. The rest of the teams.
Isaac makes a good point. We probably won't see Smith back until the call-ups, and Terzio strikes again. Mazika went out. They sent him out to sell popcorn.
Yeah, Mazika goes down. Chris Kelly chiming in here at the game tonight to watch the Braves beat the Metropolitans.
Oh, that's my lousy coworker. You suck, Chris Kelly. Yeah, he can't even spell Metropolitans. So get that. So they have there's something called a dictionary or Google. Try Google.
Dictionary.
No, it'll be good if they beat the Metropolitan.
Dictionary.
I would love to see
Polo Grounds. Metropolo.
They're doing a split squad. One's going to be playing the Mets, and the other's going to play in the Metropolitans.
I know. He likes it in his Metropolitan.
Anyway, Craplanta.
He loves sitting on Metropolitan.
Go to the Polo Grounds.
Chris Kelly. Listen, Chris Kelly. Not for nothing. Chris Kelly's son, Eddie 9-Volt. Great musician. You guys should listen to him. But Chris Kelly, you suck. I hope you choke on your beer. What do they drink in Atlanta? What kind of Rheingold? Do they still drink Rheingold? Or is that our beer? Was that our Mets beer? They drink in Atlanta peaches and schnapps. Or peaches
Rheingold, the extra dry beer.
Extra dry beer. Go back to drinking beer, Chris Kelly. Michael Burns, you suck too.
And don't forget, do not choke over your dictionary.
Dictionary.
What? Dictionary.
Get your dictionary out.
Duck that chop shit, says Terzio. Duck it to hell.
I like how he took out the word fuck, but he added shit in there still.
Yeah. Well, I feel that's a autocorrect there.
Is that a topic for this show?
There it is.
This is not a curse show. This is a baseball show.
That's a different show. That's a different show. This is a baseball show.
We can say fuck
Michael Givens.
The keyword.
Exactly. Michael Givens comes to the Mets from the Cubs. Exactly. We acquired him with a 2.66 ERA. He now has a 3.70 ERA. Guys, it was one outing in a mop up situation. Got the nerves going. He was going from a bad team to a good team. He's played for Showalter before. He was a good reliever back in the day for the Blue Jays, the Orioles.
Who would have known at a 9-zip that Vogelbach's grand slam would have been instrumental to us winning the game?
Yes. Yeah. Clutch, baby. Clutch. Vogel slam.
And back to what Rodrigo was saying before. Did you see he didn't even finish his swing? He went like a little past his shoulder and was like,
he's not
like a little flick.
Because he can't, Keith. He can't get around. Poor guy. But he don't know. Grand slam. Vogel slam.
He's like, thank God for the DH guys.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's the only reason why he's in the major leagues.
He had 30 some odd homers with Seattle back in the day. I was looking at some of his stats.
He was an all-star in 2019, by the way.
I like the guy. I think he's fun.
And then he ate himself out of it.
Yeah, I don't. What
I mean, come on.
what happened? What happened?
Wow.
I just feel like having 3 first basemen, 2 of which we probably won't put in the field unless we had to.
Yeah, and then
We got
Marcana,
3 already with
backup.
Vogelbach. There's like 3 guys in there.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Dude.
Yeah, all right. So
on the Evan Roberts show, they named the duo the DH duo.
Oh boy,
Rufflebach.
Vogelbach.
Yes, our DH is Rufflebach.
I guess. All right. So now, now you're gonna see more of Luis Guillorme at third base in a.
Speaking of which, I'm
With
sorry to
look
interrupt.
at Terzio.
But
All-star.
speaking of which, did you see that play yesterday? That throw to first base by Guillermo. Oh my God,
is ridiculous.
this dude.
The dude's a beast. He should have been an all-star.
Wow. But yeah, anyway, my apologies. I just had to throw it out there because if you haven't seen that play, go check out the highlights. Should be on the MLB app or YouTube. Great play by our very own Guillorme.
That's Gold Glove stuff. That's Gold Glove stuff, man. That guy, he really has those quick hands and accurate, and what are you gonna do? Great defender.
Another guy who came back yesterday was Trevor May. He gets through a clean inning. Everything kind of looked good. Change up looked good. And
all speed pitches. Wow, what a surprise!
Yeah. So what as we come back, McCann is going to start tonight. Again, another guy that's coming back, and then he'll start one of the games of the doubleheader on Saturday. But it is set to be a true 50-50 split between him and
Nido. It should be.
If one of them gets hot, you'll see more of that guy.
No, you can't do that if one of them gets hot. You can't. You got to keep it 50-50.
You tell Buck that.
I'm telling you, Buck realizes it. That's why he said 50-50, because none of these guys can carry a full workload for the year. It takes a special type of catcher to catch a full year and be the guy. Gary Carter, Mike Piazza, those are special Hall of Fame guys. Those 2 guys, McCann was really good as a 50-50 catcher over with the White Sox. Nido, all of a sudden, gets a little better, gets a little bit more pop in his step, and he doesn't look so tired when he's catching 50-50 or catching a couple of games less. It's a hard position. You guys know this, and
he doesn't have to suck the energy out of somebody else.
He doesn't. Why you think Lindor's guy is full energy?
Yeah,
superstar. That's what we're talking about. If you don't like him, you're not a Met fan. That's all I got to say. Lindor's
what
the
a
man.
douchey comment in the comment section. What a douchey comment out of Chris Kelly.
Oh, what'd he say? Is he talking about his looks?
He said, wasn't it about this time last year when the Bravos, first of all, that was stupid nickname for the team, the Bravos, took the lead from the Metros.
Wow. How do we counter a fact?
Keith,
Let's
you're not
just
talking.
make stuff up.
I mean, you're talking. But
no, what I said shouldn't have been aired, so I just muted it.
Oh, okay. Oh, my God. Chris, don't let Chris Kelly piss you off, man. Chris Kelly's he's not even a real fan.
There he is.
That's
Kelly,
it. I mean,
you heard that?
Yeah, you heard that?
You heard that?
And furthermore,
ooh.
That's
you took a little too far.
That's gonna be hard to do. To turn over that way.
It's the angle. You gotta pivot. Pivot.
I could be done.
Yeah, you can make the adjustment. It's for sure.
Yeah. Chris Kelly, enjoy that.
All right. Speaking of Lindor, he comes off he's back up to a 10-game hitting streak. He had an 11-game hitting streak, then he missed one. And now he's got a 10-game hitting streak. I think he's out to 260.
I think producer Joe just had an epiphany.
A boing. 19 home runs, and I think I put it in the chat yesterday. Between the 2 of them, Pete Alonso and Lindor, it's just like ridiculous. Almost 60 home runs and 160 some odd RBIs now between the 2 of them. And it's just a joy to watch. It's just a joy to watch. Nimmo and Marte set the table, and then Lindor sometimes set the table for one more play setting for Pete, or sometimes he clears it himself. So yeah, I mean, can't say enough about what those two are doing.
I mean, he's just so clutch, Lindor. I mean, the numbers tell, right? The homers, specifically the RBIs, but him
He's got
and
the
Alonso
same amount of hits now as he did all last year.
one more actually. I'm looking at the stats, and
one
he's
more.
got 262. Yeah, 105 hits. Last year he had 104, and
he's gonna own every shortstop record.
What a lost year from So yeah, and Isaac says Cleveland Lindor has arrived. Yeah, the everything's there. He gets. It doesn't matter. He'll delay Pete from getting to the. I thought the umpire was going to tell him to hustle up yesterday, but he'll delay Pete. Tell him about that slider's nasty, or and they may mention on that on the Nationals shows, not the Nationals, but the national baseball shows. That you see the Mets doing this more often than anybody else, and now you're seeing other teams do it. Instead of going right into the dugout, they're making a detour to the on deck circle to let that dude know, kind of what to expect.
How dare you, Frank? How dare you? Keith Hernandez will never be. He's saying Keith.
Rodriguez can't see it. He says I think Keith.
John.
Oh, sorry,
Sterlin. I mean, how dare you? You're talking about an all-time Met legend.
What is he talking about?
To a brain
what
dead.
is Chris Kelly talking about? Wait a second, all day.
Wait a minute.
Carrasco's pitching. It will be fun watching the Braves home run derby tonight. First of all, and second of all, it is National Cookie Day today. You ain't touching Carrasco. He might throw a no-hitter. I don't know.
Exactly.
It's National Cookie Day.
I'm gonna tell
he's
you
at his
something.
ultimate power level right now. He's like a level 12.
He's a Thanos. It's the chocolate chips.
That's it, man. It's the chocolate chips. And you're gonna have to
look.
Keith is becoming a super ghost now. Look, he's going demon on him. He's like eyes are glowing. Yeah. He's disappearing. It's a floating head. Oh,
amen.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean that was a nice way to say that, Keith.
It was.
I mean,
enjoy. Have another cigarette, Keith Chris Kelly.
Wow.
Have another cigarette.
Freaking Craplanta, man.
Oh, read between the lines.
Oh, stop with the stupid lights flashing. I don't like that either. It's stupid. Stupid.
Craplanta. Come on down, right. Craplanta. We're gonna have a lot of fun with you tonight. Let's have a fight. Have a brawl. Bring your pitchforks,
Keith.
Trumpers.
Whoa.
I don't know what's going on.
Keith, why don't you tell the fine people out there where they can get their next shot of energy from?
You can get it from BrooklynWaterCoffers.com. Who hates the Braves? www.brooklynwatercoffers.com/IHateTheBraves. Just remove the slash and everything after that. Only the finest beans are hand selected. Just like only the finest assholes are hand selected for the Braves. Check them out now, www.brooklynwatercoffers.com. There's a ton of delicious flavors out there. One of them is called shit. It tastes like the Braves. The other favorite flavor is dark roast dark chocolate. It's a rich, dark, chocolatey flavored coffee. It is so delicious. It'll give you that nice pickup in the morning if you like that dark roast chocolate. And it's you just got to be careful if you're watching your calories. It's chocolate, right? So you have the calorie count on that, Farace?
I do. It is the same as the chance that the Braves have of catching the Mets in the National League East. Settle!
Oh my God!
Then there's also.
It's always good to have a villain. Can't have a movie without a villain.
Usually it's Joe.
Craplanta tonight. Do we know who's pitching for Craplanta tonight?
Huh?
Doesn't matter.
Timmy
Kyle Wright.
Timmy Joe Buttercup. Who knows?
Kyle Wright, who is 13-4 at 2.93 ERA.
He's pretty good.
He's not bad. He's not a bad pitcher.
Yeah. Anyway,
his ears, by the way, his ears are just like they turn at a right angle. Like,
maybe there'll be a lot of wind and he'll be off. That'll throw him off just enough for Pete Alonso to hit 2 home runs.
Or he'll be Dumbo.
Wow.
He'll take off with his ears.
Or we could just kick his ass.
Kelly says, dude with a Mets jersey just fell on the steps. Is it an omen? The crowd cheered.
Oh, how nice.
Anyway,
Of course they would cheer.
Be careful before you get thrown down the stairs down there.
From their roaster to your front door, all coffees guaranteed to ship within 24 hours of its roast date. No, there's not really a flavor named shit. I was just picking on the Braves. But all the flavors are delicious. Check them out now. And if you act now insane, you will get your third bag free using the code PopCulturePros.
Insane.
So that way you can get a little risky and try that extra weird flavored coffee that is going to taste delicious anyway. BrooklynWaterCarFirst.com. Again, from their roastery to your front door, guaranteed to ship within 24 hours of its roast date. And screw Austin Riley.
Yeah, screw Austin Riley, you cheap. It's $200 million. You could have gotten a whole lot. See now Mets fans. Okay, really quick because we only have 8 minutes here. Mets fans are Met fans are saying. I saw one post where it had all these guys that they have signed cheaply, and then it says Lindor 300. We're doing it wrong. What are you? And now they want Pete to sign a 10-year, $220 million contract. You gotta stop, guys.
They're insane. They're insane. They're insane.
Did you see the list of free agents we have for next year? I mean, if you're stressing over free agents, stop, because your whole life is going to be hell, and you're probably going to knock years off the end of your life. Just
focus on this year.
Trust me, I can almost, as much as I can guarantee, because it's not my money, we're probably not going to lose DeGrom unless he throws his arm with the ball.
Oh boy,
we're
putting
we're probably not going to lose.
That was
Alonso.
The whammy right there.
You know, these guys will be Mets. If they're not, I'm shocked. I'll be honest. And Lindor opting out makes sense because look what Scherzer got. So on Lindor, DeGrom opting out makes sense. Look what Scherzer got. Honestly, when I keep saying Lindor, when DeGrom is pitching healthy, he's better than Scherzer. I don't know about his presence and all that, but just his overall, throwing the ball to the plate and getting out.
You're not gonna Tom Glavine us at Craplanta. You're not gonna Tom Glavine.
My God!
We're keeping our guy. Our best guy is not going to you. Okay,
I'll die. I don't know what I'll do. Rodriguez. I know.
I
might have to put you on a watch.
Listen. I know where Chris Kelly lives, so if we gotta take him out, we gotta take him out.
If something like that would have happened, I'm telling you, he'd lose a lot more than his people.
Yeah. What? What?
Producer Joe.
All right, we got 6 minutes to go here. Let's go through the pitching matchups for this big, huge. By the way, Terzio saying down there, Ric Flair made it out alive. He was victorious in his final match ever,
and he bled again. He's crazy, little man.
Guy's nuts.
He went full out.
Yeah, all right. He attacked. It was
Jeff
attacked.
Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett. Remember Jeff Jarrett?
Oh, okay. They should have brought Hogan back.
Oh, look at this! Look at this. We have graphics back here. Wow. Look at this stuff.
Producer.
All right. Look at this. All right. Wow, and this looks perfect with the Put in the Book Show and New York Mets podcast. Look at that. It's perfectly framed there. All right.
Wow.
Kyle Wright tonight. He starts off for the Braves. Carlos Carrasco for the Mets, as we said, 11-4, 3.79 ERA. I have not. Let me grab the lineup real quick. I have not seen it. I have not posted it. Here we go. All right, so for the Mets, it's going to be pretty standard. Nimmo, Marte, Lindor, Alonso, Vogel, Slam, McNeil. Naquin is in left field, Guillaume at third, and McCann catching, batting ninth. Friday, Ian Anderson, 9-6, 4.99 ERA against Yaiwan. All-star snub Walker, 9-2, a 2.79 ERA.
Ian's getting rocked.
Oh, let's rock him, baby. I'm calling for two. I'm calling for a double dipper by Vogelslam tomorrow.
Oh.
But let's get to Saturday. Saturday's doubleheader. It's TBD. But for the Mets, we know that it's going to be Peterson and Scherzer, depending. Usually they give it to the vet and say, which one do you want to pitch, and then the younger guy
night
usually
game.
The other.
He's taking a night game.
This crowd city is gonna be rocking this weekend, and I don't know why they didn't. ESPN didn't flex this game. I don't know if they can at this point. I don't know if the rules are the same as in the NFL, but the Sunday game is a 4:10 start, and that's look who's in there. Look who they're showing officially in there. He's feeling good. Jacob deGrom already with a 1.80 ERA, baby. Already against this guy with the porn mustache, Spencer Strider, 6-3, 2.79 ERA. And
good
so
team.
what are we thinking here, guys?
You want to go first, Rodriguez? You want me to take this?
Yeah, I mean, we got to be fairly quick here. To be honest, 5 games. I'm praying for 4 out of 5. The only weakness that I think that we have would be Peterson. So that's why I'm saying 4 out of 5. Otherwise, our staff can hold them down. They've done it before. We can do it again. We need to win. We need to do at least 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 5 to keep these guys off our derriere. We can't let them creep up on us. It'd be nice to go in with an 8-game lead next week. By the end of this week, have an 8-game lead on the Braves. It'd be wonderful, but may not happen. I'm saying 3 out of 5, hoping for 4 out of 5.
Okay, Laris.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 would be great. We'd be at 70 wins. I mean, amazing, right? But we got to keep in mind, same like you, Rodriguez. We all have to keep in mind, the Braves are a good team. Are we better?
They are.
We're gonna find out over these next
Terrible
2 weeks.
fans.
I truly think
fans suck.
I want 4, but I truly think we're gonna win 3. I think it's even possible if something goes horribly wrong that we win 2, but if I had to throw money down, it's going to be 3 games out of the 5.
Win the first 2. We're up by 5. We can lose the next 3.
Yeah. So producer Joe is saying realistic 3 out of 5. I think 3 out of 5 is that sweet spot. But you make a statement with 4 out of 5, or unheard of a 5-game sweeperoni. But Chris says next week's show is going to be sad, just like last year. Wow. All right. So you got that 3 out of 5 is what we're saying. And then after that, the Mets welcome in the Reds for 3. And then they finish out an 11-game homestand with the Phillies.
Phillies.
For the Reds, I say 2 out of 3. You guys? I really think sweep.
That's a fair assessment. They'll have to sweep next.
I mean, we can sweep the Reds, but the way the Mets been trending this year, we're more of a 2 out of 3 team, which is beautiful. No complaints.
Yeah,
I'll go 2 out of 3 with the Reds.
All day, baby.
All day. At the same time, Rodriguez.
Stop it.
All right, it's 7:00. Let's go real quick round robin. Put a big old blue and orange ribbon on this bad boy, and get you all off to watch the Mets and the Braves start their series here. Timmy, but no, not Timmy. I'm gonna throw it to Laris. Keith, what you got?
Throw a finger up for every Fwakata, Fraji. Fwakata, 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 Fwakata.
Oh,
Fwakata.
5 Fwakatas.
5 Fwakatas.
That's it. That's
the whole series. That's it. All right, Rodriguez.
Hey, listen. That's all that needed to be said. Fwakata the whole series. Let's freaking go Metsies. That's all I'm saying.
Boom. I'm just gonna show it. Well,
Producer Joe.
Ditto. Yeah, no, I'm going there. Okay. Ditto. For those of you on the podcast. Producer Joe, give us some words of wisdom to close us out today.
This isn't last year's Mets. This isn't last year's Mets. We're not folding it up. Buck isn't gonna let us fold it up. There's But this isn't last year's team. We're gonna take at least 3 out of 5 from the Braves. We're gonna reestablish ourselves. We're gonna let them know that this is a different team from last year. Over the next coming 2 to 3 weeks, you're gonna see a team getting ready for the playoffs, coming together as a team. You're gonna see a team extending.
Ooh.
We're gonna win the East. We're gonna win the East easily with the way we did in 2015. We're going to win the East with a week or 2 to spare. You'll see. Let's go Mets.
Love it.
And
Love
if you need more motivational speaking, go to www.producerjoe.com.
How well done, producer
That was
Joe.
good, Joe.
New Rodney over here.
And just real quick to what Joe was saying, I was listening to the Rico Bronya show. And they were talking about the pitching rotation. We went into last year's 5-game series with the Braves.
Oh my God.
And it was atrocious. So
what the hell was it?
I don't remember. That's how bad it was. It was just bad. Like half the names, like I don't even recall. It's like a bad nightmare. It's like a bad relationship. You don't want to remember the woman's name or whatever you date.
or whatever you date. All right.
The world's different, you know.
On
that
note, let's go Mets. Screw the Braves, and Brian Hump sucks. Peace out, everybody.
Later.
Put it